Most people don't lose because they're weak. They lose because they get comfortable. Comfort kills dreams. Comfort steals hunger. Comfort whispers, "You've done enough." No, you haven't. The moment you stop growing is the moment you start falling. Stay hungry. Stay humble. Stay focused. Those three decisions can change everything. Life will test your patience before it rewards your effort. There will be mornings when nothing makes sense, nights when your hard work feels invisible, days when people doubt your vision because they cannot see what God placed inside your heart. Keep moving, not because it's easy, because your purpose is greater than your pain. Success isn't built in moments of applause. It's built in silence. It's built when nobody is watching, when nobody is clapping, when nobody believes. That's where character is created. That's where greatness begins. Never let success make you satisfied. The day you believe you've reached the top is the day your climb begins to end. Success is not a destination where you unpack your bags and settle down. Success is a responsibility. It's an invitation to grow into someone even greater than the person who earned it. Stay hungry, not hungry for applause, not hungry for attention, not hungry for validation. Stay hungry for growth. Stay hungry for wisdom. Stay hungry for discipline. Stay hungry for the kind of character that no trophy can measure and no paycheck can buy. Because the truth is this: the world rewards people who never stop improving. The moment you convince yourself that you know enough, life will introduce you to someone who worked harder, learned longer, and stayed humbler. That's how life works. It doesn't pause because you had one good season. It doesn't lower the standard because you achieved one dream. There is always another level, always another lesson, always another mountain waiting to be climbed. Every sunrise arrives with the same silent question: who will you become today? Not yesterday, not tomorrow. Today, will you choose comfort or will you choose growth? Because every single day, those are your only real choices. Comfort feels good. Growth changes your life. Comfort tells you to sleep a little longer. Growth tells you to wake up before excuses have a chance to speak. Comfort tells you that you've already done enough. Growth whispers, there is still more inside you. Listen carefully to that voice. That voice is your purpose calling. Most people stop because they become comfortable. They accomplish one goal, and suddenly they believe the work is over. They earn a promotion, buy the house, build the business, or achieve the dream they prayed for years ago. And slowly the fire begins to fade. Don't let that happen to you. Protect your hunger. Guard it like your greatest treasure. Because hunger is what gets you out of bed when motivation disappears. Hunger is what pushes you to read one more chapter when everyone else closes the book. Hunger is what keeps you practicing after everyone else has gone home. Hunger is what separates ordinary lives from extraordinary legacies. Never confuse achievement with arrival. Just because you've won doesn't mean you've finished. The strongest athletes still train. The greatest leaders still learn. The wisest people still ask questions. Why? Because they understand that learning never ends. The day you stop being a student is the day you stop becoming better. Every experience has something to teach you. Every mistake carries a lesson. Every failure contains wisdom. Every disappointment can become preparation if you're willing to learn instead of complain. Some people see obstacles. Hungry people see opportunities. Some people ask, why is this happening to me? Hungry people ask, what is this teaching me? That one question changes everything. Life isn't always trying to break you. Sometimes it's trying to build you. Sometimes the challenge you're facing today is preparing you for a responsibility you couldn't carry yesterday. So don't waste your struggles. Learn from them. Grow through them. Become stronger because of them. Remember this: talent may open the first door. Discipline keeps the doors open. Knowledge gets your foot inside the room. Character determines whether you belong there. That's why wisdom matters more than pride. You can have talent without discipline and still fail. You can have opportunity without preparation and still lose it. But if you remain teachable, if you remain committed to improving every single day, you'll continue growing long after others have stopped. Your greatest competition isn't another person. It's the version of yourself that wants to settle. The version that says, this is enough. The version that avoids difficult conversations. The version that fears change. The version that chooses convenience over commitment. Defeat that version every day. Become 1% better. Ride something that challenges your thinking. Practice a skill that sharpens your ability. Spend time with people who inspire your growth instead of feeding your comfort. Protect your mind. Protect your habits. Protect your standards. Because the life you build tomorrow depends on the decisions you make today. Success isn't created by one extraordinary moment. It's created by thousands of ordinary moments handled with extraordinary consistency. One page, one workout, one prayer. One decision, one promise kept again and again and again. That's how greatness is built. Not in the spotlight, but in the quiet moments when nobody is watching, when no one is applauding, when quitting would be easy. That's where your future is being shaped. Never stop asking questions. Never stop seeking wisdom. Never stop refining your character. The more you learn, the more you realize there is still so much to discover. That realization doesn't make you weak, it makes you wise. The strongest people are not those who pretend to know everything. The strongest people are those who remain humble enough to keep learning. Stay curious, stay disciplined, stay committed. Successes should never be your finish line. It should become your new starting point. When one dream becomes reality, let it inspire a bigger dream. When one goal is achieved, set another. When one chapter closes, begin writing the next. Don't chase perfection. Chase progress. Don't measure yourself only by what you've accomplished. Measure yourself by who you're becoming. Because in the end, your greatest achievement won't be the money you earned, the titles you collected, or the recognition you received. Your greatest achievement will be the person you chose to become through every challenge, every sacrifice, and every lesson life placed in your path. So when tomorrow's sunrise asks its question, will you become better today than you were yesterday? Don't answer with promises. Don't answer with excuses. Don't answer with words. Answer with your discipline. Answer with your consistency. Answer with your courage. Answer with your actions. Keep learning, keep building, keep growing, keep chasing excellence. And no matter how far you've come, never lose the hunger that brought you here in the first place. Success reveals character. Failure tests your endurance, but success tests your heart. Anyone can appear humble when they have nothing to lose. It's easy to stay grounded when you're still fighting for your first opportunity. It's easy to be grateful when every blessing feels like a miracle. The real test comes later. The real test begins when the doors start opening, when people know your name, when opportunities begin chasing you instead of you chasing them, when your hard work finally produces results. That's when character speaks louder than achievement. Real humility appears when you have every reason to become proud, yet you choose gratitude instead. Never forget where you started. Never forget the road that brought you here. Remember the mornings when you woke up uncertain about your future. Remember the nights when doubt sat beside you like an unwanted guest. Remember the tears you wiped away before anyone could see them. Remember the failures that made you question yourself. Remember the disappointments that almost convinced you to quit. Remember the silent battles no one applauded. Remember the prayers whispered when nobody else was listening. Those moments were not punishment. They were preparation. Those lonely seasons shaped your character. Those setbacks strengthened your spirit. Those struggles taught you lessons that success never could. Don't erase your past simply because your present looks different. Honor it. Your scars are reminders of how far you've come. They are proof that you survived what was meant to stop you. Never allow success to make you forget the pain that built your strength, because the moment you forget your journey, you begin to lose your perspective. Pride has a quiet voice. It doesn't arrive shouting. It whispers. It tells you that you did it all by yourself. It tells you that you no longer need to learn. It tells you that you're better than everyone else. Don't believe that lie. No one reaches greatness alone. Someone believed in you before you believed in yourself. Someone encouraged you when your confidence was broken. Someone opened a door. Someone shared wisdom. Someone offered kindness when you needed it most. Never become so successful that you forget the hands that helped lift you. Gratitude protects your heart from pride. Every blessing you receive carries a responsibility, not just to enjoy it, but to use it wisely, not just to rise, but to help others rise with you. The greatest leaders don't create followers, they create more leaders. The strongest people don't stand alone at the top. They reach back and pull others forward. Be that person. When life begins blessing you, don't build higher walls around yourself. Build longer tables. Create space for others. Share your knowledge, share your experience, share your encouragement. Your success becomes more meaningful when it becomes someone else's inspiration. Respect everyone, not because of their position, not because of their influence, not because of what they can do for you. Respect people because character should never depend on status. The janitor deserves dignity. The executive deserves dignity. The stranger deserves dignity. The person serving your meal deserves dignity. The person cleaning the room deserves dignity. Every human being deserves to be treated with respect. Titles come and go. Money comes and goes. Fame comes and goes. Character remains. Never measure people by what they own. Measure them by how they treat others when no one is watching. Remember this: the person walking behind you today may be standing ahead of you tomorrow. Life changes quickly, positions change, circumstances change, fortunes change. If you only respect people with power, you're not showing respect. You're showing convenience. Treat everyone with kindness because kindness never loses its value. Lift others whenever you can. Encourage people who are struggling. Sometimes one conversation can change someone's direction. Sometimes one word of hope can keep someone from giving up. Never underestimate the power of encouragement. People are fighting battles you'll never see. Some carry smiles while hiding pain. Some appear strong while quietly falling apart inside. Be gentle, be patient, be compassionate. The strongest people are often the ones who need kindness the most. Celebrate other people's victories. Don't allow jealousy to poison your heart. Someone else's success does not reduce your potential. Their blessing is not stealing yours. Life isn't a competition, it's a journey. Your path is different. Your timing is different. Your purpose is different. Celebrate those who are winning. Applaud their progress. Learn from their discipline. Let their success inspire you instead of intimidating you. A humble heart has room for gratitude. A proud heart only has room for comparison. Choose gratitude every single time. Humility doesn't make you weak, it makes you unshakable. Because humble people don't need constant recognition. They don't depend on applause to keep moving. They don't need everyone to notice their work. They understand that purpose matters more than praise. They know that real confidence is quiet. It doesn't need to announce itself. It simply shows up, works hard, serves faithfully, and lets the results speak. Look at nature. The strongest tree carries the most fruit, yet it bows the lowest. There is wisdom in that picture. The more you grow, the more you should bend. The more you're blessed, the more grateful you should become. The more influence you gain, the more responsibility you carry. Strength without humility becomes arrogance. Successes without humility becomes emptiness. Power without humility becomes destruction. But success combined with humility becomes legacy. People may admire your accomplishments, but they will remember your character. They may forget your achievements. They will never forget how you treated them. Years from now, no one will remember every award you received. No one will remember every title you held. But they will remember whether you made people feel valued, whether you listened, whether you encouraged, whether you served, whether you remained the same person after success found you. Guard your heart every day. Stay teachable, stay grateful, stay approachable, stay grounded. Keep saying thank you. Keep remembering your beginnings. Keep honoring the lessons your struggles taught you. Because the greatest people are not those who stand above everyone else. The greatest people are those who rise high enough to lift others with them. So when life begins to bless you, walk with confidence. But never walk with pride. Stand tall, but keep your heart low. Every blessing with gratitude. Carry every victory with grace. Respect every person you meet. Lift those who are still climbing. Encourage those who feel forgotten. Celebrate those who succeed. And never forget that true greatness is not measured by how high you rise. It is measured by how humble you remain while standing at the top. Distractions are everywhere. Noise is everywhere. Everywhere you turn, something is demanding your attention. A notification, an opinion, a trend, a comparison, a new opportunity that promises quick success. The world has become louder than ever before. Everyone wants your attention. Everyone wants your time. Everyone wants a piece of your focus. But here's the truth. Your attention is one of the most valuable things you possess. Where your attention goes, your life follows. Protect your vision. Protect it like your future depends on it, because it does. Not every invitation deserves your presence. Just because someone calls your name doesn't mean you have to answer. Just because a door opens doesn't mean you're supposed to walk through it. Every yes to the wrong thing is a no to something greater. Learn the power of saying no. No to unnecessary drama. No to endless distractions. No to conversations that drain your spirit. No to habits that steal your potential. No to anything that pulls you away from your purpose. Say no again. Say no even when it's uncomfortable. Say no even when people don't understand. Say no until your purpose becomes louder than your distractions, because every great achievement requires sacrifice. You cannot build an extraordinary future while living an ordinary routine. You cannot chase every opportunity and still expect to master one calling. A scattered mind produces scattered results. A focused mind creates powerful outcomes. Your dreams require concentration. Your destiny demands discipline. Discipline is choosing what matters most over what feels good in the moment. It's choosing the difficult workout instead of another hour of comfort. It's opening the book instead of opening another distraction. It's working on your vision while everyone else is watching someone else's successes. Is rarely about doing more. It's about doing what matters most. Again and again, every single day, stop comparing your journey to someone else's. Comparison is one of the fastest ways to lose your focus. You look at someone else's success, and suddenly your own progress feels small. You look at someone else's chapter 20 and begin criticizing your chapter 2. That's not wisdom, that's distraction. Your story was never meant to look like theirs. Your purpose is different, your timing is different, your assignment is different. Focus on your lane. Run your race, trust your process. The only person you need to become better than is the person you were yesterday. Stop scrolling through other people's lives while neglecting your own after hour, day after day, dream after dream. Many people don't lose because they lack talent. They lose because they give their attention to everything except the work that matters. Be careful what you feed your mind. Your mind is like fertile ground. Whatever you plant will eventually grow. If you plant fear, fear will grow. If you plant doubt, doubt will grow. If you plant purpose, discipline, faith, and wisdom, those things will begin shaping your future. Guard your thoughts, guard your habits, guard your environment, because your environment quietly influences your direction. Spend time with people who challenge you to become better. Spend time with people who remind you of your purpose instead of distracting you from it. Choose conversations that build your vision instead of destroying your confidence. Not everyone deserves access to your energy. Some people only know how to create confusion. Others create clarity. Choose wisely. Energy is limited. Time is limited. Life is limited. Spend them where they matter most. Don't mistake being busy for being productive. You can fill every hour of your day and still accomplish nothing meaningful. Movement is not always progress. Activity is not always achievement. Ask yourself one question every morning. What is the one thing I must do today that moves me closer to the life I'm building? Then do that first. Protect that time. Honor that commitment. Repeat it tomorrow, brick by brick. That's how dreams become reality. No building appears overnight. Every great structure begins with a single brick. One placed carefully, then another, then another. Some days the progress feels invisible. Keep building. Some days you wonder if it's making any difference. Keep building. Some days you feel tired. Keep building, because consistency creates what excitement never can. Day by day. Not once a month, not when you feel motivated. Every day, success isn't built during rare moments of inspiration. It's built through ordinary days handled with extraordinary commitment. One workout, one chapter, one prayer, one conversation, one promise kept, one distraction avoided, one decision made with wisdom instead of emotion. Those small choices become your future. Never underestimate the power of one decision. One decision can change the direction of your entire life. One decision to forgive, one decision to start. One decision to quit making excuses. One decision to remain faithful when everything feels uncertain. Life changes one decision at a time. Protect your peace. You cannot hear the voice of purpose while constantly surrounding yourself with noise. There are moments when you must disconnect from the crowd so you can reconnect with your calling. Silence is not weakness. Silence is where clarity grows. Some of your greatest breakthroughs won't happen in a crowded room. They will happen in quiet moments when you're alone with your thoughts, your faith, and your vision. Don't be afraid to step away from the noise. The world will continue spinning without your attention. But your future cannot grow without your focus. Remember why you started. Remember the dream that kept you awake at night. Remember the promise you made to yourself. Remember the people who believe in you. Remember the life you're trying to build. Don't allow temporary distractions to steal a permanent purpose. There will always be another trend, another opinion, another distraction, another reason to delay the noise. Stay committed, stay disciplined, stay faithful to the assignment placed before you. Your future is too valuable to trade for temporary entertainment. One day people will look at your life and call it extraordinary. They will admire the results. They will celebrate the victories. What they won't see are the thousands of moments when you chose focus over distraction, when you chose discipline over comfort, when you chose purpose over popularity. Those invisible decisions become visible success. That's the secret. Not luck, not shortcuts, not perfect circumstances. Relentless focus. Wake up with purpose. Walk with intention. Protect your mind. Guard your vision. Say no to what weakens you. Say yes to what strengthens you. Build patiently. Grow consistently. Trust the process, brick by brick, day by day, choice by choice. That's how ordinary people become extraordinary. That's how impossible dreams become undeniable realities. And that's how a life of purpose is built. Through unwavering focus when the rest of the world is lost in distraction. Motivation is a feeling. Discipline is a decision. There is a difference. A feeling waits for the right moment. A decision creates the right moment. Motivation can make you start. Discipline makes sure you finish. Many people spend their lives chasing motivation. They wait until they feel inspired. They wait until the timing feels perfect. They wait until fear disappears. They wait until confidence arrives. And while they wait, life keeps moving. Dreams remain unfinished. Potential stays buried. Don't build your future on feelings. Build it on decisions. Feelings come and go like the weather. Some mornings you'll wake up full of energy. Other mornings you'll struggle just to get out of bed. Some days you'll believe in yourself. Other days doubt will knock on your door before the sun even rises. That's life. No one escapes those moments. The difference between those who succeed and those who quit is not that successful people never feel tired. It's that they refuse to let tiredness make their decisions. There will be days you don't feel inspired. Work anyway. There will be days your mind tells you that tomorrow is a better day to begin. Begin anyway. There will be days when your progress feels invisible. Keep building anyway. There will be days when your prayers seem unanswered. Keep believing anyway. There will be days when the world celebrates everyone except you. Keep working anyway, because discipline teaches you something motivation never can. It teaches you how to remain faithful when emotions are unreliable. Discipline says, I made a commitment, and I will honor it. Not because it's easy, because it's necessary. There will be days you feel tired. Your body will ask for rest. Your mind will search for excuses. Comfort will whisper that you've already done enough. Listen carefully. Comfort speaks softly, but regret screams for a lifetime. Choose wisely. Rest when you truly need to recover. But never confuse rest with surrender. Never allow temporary discomfort to become a permanent excuse. Your future being built in the moments when no one is watching, when the alarm rings before sunrise, when the room is quiet, when nobody is clapping, when there are no cameras, no audience, no recognition, just you, your commitment, and the work that still needs to be done. Those moments shape your destiny. Anyone can work when they're excited. Champions work when excitement has disappeared. Anyone can stay committed for one day. Greatness belongs to those who stay committed for years. Discipline is choosing consistency over convenience every single day. There will be days when quitting looks easier. You will wonder if the sacrifice is worth it. You will question your progress. You will question your ability. You may even question your purpose. Stand anyway. Stand when your knees feel weak. Stand when fear tells you to sit down. Stand when disappointment tries to convince you that your efforts don't matter. Stand because every difficult season eventually passes. Stand because storms never last forever. Stand because strength is developed by resisting pressure, not avoiding it. Show up. Agony. Even if yesterday was difficult, show up. Agony even if nobody notices, show up. Agony even if you failed last week. Agony even if you made mistakes. Agony even if you have to begin from the very beginning. Agony. Life rewards those who keep showing up. Not once, not twice, but every single time. Consistency is one of the rarest qualities in the world. People love beginnings. Few people love repetition, but repetition creates mastery. One workout changes very little. 1,000 workouts transform a body. One page doesn't write a book. Thousands of pages create a masterpiece. One prayer may comfort your heart. A lifetime of faith shapes your soul. Small actions, repeated daily, create unbelievable results. Never underestimate small victories. Never ignore the value of one disciplined choice. Every great accomplishment is simply a collection of ordinary actions repeated over time. One healthy meal, one honest conversation, 1 hour of focused work, one chapter read, one promise kept, one temptation resisted. Those moments seem insignificant until you look back years later and realize they changed everything. Success is rarely dramatic. It is usually quiet, steady, invisible. Most people only notice the harvest. They never see the seasons of planting. They admire the victory. They overlook the discipline. They applaud the result. They ignore the sacrifice. Don't seek. Progress compounds. 1% progress, 1% better today, 1% better tomorrow, 1% better the next day. Eventually, small improvements create extraordinary transformation. Discipline is also about keeping promises to yourself. Every time you say you'll do something and then don't do it, your confidence weakens. Your mind begins believing your own excuses. But every time you keep your word, something powerful happens. Trust grows, confidence grows, self-respect grows. You become the kind of person who knows that your word means something. Start becoming that person. Don't negotiate with your excuses. Excuses are clever. They always sound reasonable. I'm too tired. I'll start next week. I'll wait until life gets easier. But life rarely becomes easier. You become stronger. That's the difference. Strength doesn't come from avoiding hard days. It comes from surviving them. It comes from facing challenges with courage. It comes from doing what needs to be done, even when your emotions disagree. Remember this, discipline is an act of faith. Every disciplined action says, I believe my future's worth today's sacrifice. You may not see immediate results. You may not receive instant rewards. But every disciplined decision is placing another brick in the foundation of your future. Keep laying those bricks bodily faithfully, without complaining. One day people will admire the building. They won't realize it was built one brick at a time. Don't measure success by how fast you arrive. Measure success by how faithfully you continue. There is incredible strength in refusing to quit. There is remarkable power in refusing to compromise your standards. The strongest people are not always the loudest. Often, They are the quiet ones who simply refuse to stop day after day, month after month, year after year. That persistence becomes their greatest advantage. The people who win are not always the most talented. Talent may give someone an early lead, but discipline finishes the race. Talent without discipline fades. Discipline without talent continues improving until talent is no longer the deciding factor. Hard work has a way of catching up. Consistency has a way of separating itself. Faithfulness has a way of opening doors that shortcuts never can. So stop waiting to feel motivated. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. Stop waiting for fear to disappear. Choose discipline. Instead, wake up with purpose. Honor your commitments. Protect your habits. Stay faithful to the work. Keep showing up. Again. Because every time you refuse to quit, you become stronger than the person you were yesterday. Every time you choose action over excuses, you shape your character. Every time you remain consistent through difficulty, you move one step closer to the life you've been called to build. That is the power of discipline. Ket, steady, unshakable. The force that carries ordinary people through extraordinary challenges. The habit that transforms impossible dreams into undeniable realities. And the decision that continues working long after motivation has disappeared. Fear will tell you to wait. Faith will tell you to move. Every great journey begins with a choice between those two voices. One voice says, "You're not ready." The other says, "Take the first step." One reminds you of every reason you might fail. The other reminds you that growth begins where certainty ends. Every person who has ever accomplished something meaningful has stood at that same crossroads, not knowing, not certain, not guaranteed success, but willing to move anyway. That is the power of faith. Faith is not pretending that fear doesn't exist. Faith is refusing to let fear become the author of your future. Fear sees obstacles. Faith sees possibilities. Fear focuses on closed doors. Faith looks for open windows. Fear magnifies the mountain. Faith remembers the strength you've already gained by climbing others. Fear says, "What if everything goes wrong?" Faith asks, "What if this challenge is preparing me for something greater?" The questions you choose to believe shape the life you choose to live. You don't need every answer before taking the first step. If you waited until every question was answered, you would never begin. Life has never worked that way. No one receives the entire map before starting the journey. You are given enough light for the next step, take it. Then another and another often comes through movement, not hesitation. Many people stay trapped because they confuse preparation with perfection. They believe they must know everything before they begin. They wait for the perfect opportunity, the perfect timing, the perfect confidence, the perfect circumstances. But perfection is an illusion. Growth happens in motion. Courage is not the absence of uncertainty. Courage is moving through uncertainty with confidence that your purpose is greater than your fear. You only need the courage to trust the journey, not because every moment will be easy, but because every moment will teach you something valuable. The road to purpose is rarely straight. There will be unexpected turns, difficult seasons, moments when nothing makes sense, moments when you question whether you're moving in the right direction. Keep walking. Not every answer arrives immediately. Some lessons reveal themselves only after you've continued long enough to understand them. Every setback is preparing you. It may not feel like preparation while you're living through it. It may feel like disappointment. It may feel like failure. It may feel like loss. But preparation often wears the disguise of pain. The challenges you face today are developing strength you'll need tomorrow. Without resistance, there is no growth. Without testing, there is no endurance. Without struggle, there is no transformation. Don't waste your setbacks by believing they have no purpose. Every obstacle carries a lesson. Every failure contains wisdom. Every difficult season can become fertile ground for future success if you allow it to shape your character instead of hardening your heart. Every closed door is protecting you. Sometimes we spend years asking why one opportunity disappeared, why one relationship ended, why one dream fell apart. Only later do we realize that what felt like rejection was actually protection. Not every opportunity is your assignment. Not every open door leads to your purpose. Some doors must remain closed because they lead away from the life you were created to live. Trust that, even when you don't understand it, especially when you don't understand it. Faith continues walking when explanation has not yet arrived. Every delay is developing you. We live in a world that celebrates speed. Everyone wants immediate success, immediate recognition, immediate results. But the strongest foundations are not built overnight. A tree does not become mighty in a single season. It grows quietly, patently. Its roots deepen long before its branches reach the sky. Your life works the same way. The waiting season is never wasted when it is used for growth. While you're waiting, your patience is growing. Your wisdom is growing. Your resilience is growing. Your character is growing. And often, Those invisible qualities become the very reason you're able to sustain future success. If everything happened the moment you wanted it to, you might receive the blessing before becoming the person capable of carrying it. Sometimes the delay is the gift, because it transforms you before it rewards you. Keep believing, even when progress feels slow. Keep believing when no one else understands your vision. Keep believing when your efforts seem unnoticed. Keep believing when yesterday's disappointment tries to steal today's hope. Belief is powerful, not because it changes every circumstance overnight, but because it changes the person walking through those circumstances. Hope gives strength, faith gives endurance, purpose gives direction. Keep trusting. Trust the process, trust the lessons, trust that every experience, whether joyful or painful, is shaping you into someone stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. Trust that every honest effort matters, even when no one applauds it. Trust that every seed planted with discipline will produce a harvest in its own season. Do not allow temporary emotions to make permanent decisions. Storms pass, pain fades, difficult chapters end. But the person you become through those seasons remains. Keep walking one step at a time. You don't have to run. You don't have to impress anyone. You simply have to refuse to stop. Some days your steps will be small, take them anyway. Some days your progress will seem invisible, continue anyway. The journey belongs to those who keep moving when others choose to stand still. Every step forward is a declaration that fear will not define your future. Your story is still being written. Never believe that one chapter determines the entire book. One mistake does not define your identity. One failure does not cancel your purpose. One disappointment does not erase your potential. There are pages you have not read yet, victories you have not experienced yet, people you have not inspired yet, dreams you have not fulfilled yet. Don't close the book while the author is still writing. Some of the most meaningful chapters come after the darkest nights. Your greatest chapter may be the one you haven't reached yet. The chapter where your perseverance finally bears fruit. The chapter where your discipline becomes visible success. The chapter where your pain becomes someone else's encouragement. The chapter where the lessons learned in silence become wisdom that changes lives. Don't give up before you arrive there. Stay hungry for growth. Never stop learning. Never stop improving. Never become satisfied with yesterday's version of yourself. Growth is one of the greatest expressions of gratitude for the opportunities you've been given. Stay humble in victory. If blessings come, receive them with gratitude. If recognition comes, wear it with grace. Remember where you started. Remember the struggles that shaped you. Remember the people who helped you along the way. Humility protects success from becoming pride. Stay focused on your purpose. The world will always offer distractions. Opinions will come and go. Criticism will rise and fall. Temporary pleasures will compete for your attention, but purpose remains. Keep your eyes fixed on the life you're building. Let every decision move you closer to the person you're called to become, and never allow temporary struggles to convince you to abandon an eternal calling. Pain is temporary. Fear is temporary. Delay is temporary. Even failure is temporary. But purpose has lasting value. The impact of a life lived with courage, discipline, humility, and faith reaches far beyond the present moment. So when fear tells you to stop, take another step. When doubt tells you you're not enough, choose growth. When disappointment whispers that the journey is too hard, remember how far you've already come. Walk forward with courage. Walk forward with hope. Walk forward with faith, because the path ahead may still be uncertain, but every faithful step is shaping a future greater than anything fear could ever imagine. And one day, when you look back on this journey, you won't remember every obstacle that tried to stop you. You'll remember that you kept believing, you kept trusting, you kept walking. And that unwavering faith carried you to the life you were always meant to live.